Hello, my name is Darlene Rosa. The purpose of this presentation is to analyze the Hopper mobile application for usability, privacy, and security. Hopper Inc. is a travel application that provides data on the cheapest flights, hotels, cars, and homes. You can also make reservations through the app. The version I will be analyzing for usability, privacy, and security will be the iOS version app 6.44.0 released on September 15, 2020. It had 51.7 million downloads as of September 20th, 2020. The app has a 4.8 star rating in the App Store. For the usability think aloud method, I will be looking at the Hopper Android app. I selected Hopper because I like to travel and it's one of several apps I use when planning travel accommodations. Hopper's user interface uses bright colors and a rabbit as its mascot to promote brand recognition, ease of use, friendliness, low cost, and presumably speed as well. On the home screen, you can search for flights, cars, hotels, or homes. When you select flights, you are shown several months of available travel dates. What I like most about Hopper's interface is that they color code the dates to make it easy for the user to spot the least and most expensive days to travel to their chosen destination. You're also able to select whether you'd like to search for a round trip or one-way flight, and you can apply several filters as well. Another offering of the Hopper app is that it provides a recommendation as to whether to purchase a flight now or wait for the price to drop. You're also offered the option to freeze the price by buying now and paying later. The app makes it simple for the user to scroll and select what type of flight they are looking for, whether that is basic, standard, enhanced, or premium, and they search for the best price possible. However, there are some issues with their current user interface. Usability refers to how well or how easily a visitor without training can interact with an app to achieve his or her goals. Heuristics are a set of guidelines for creating usable graphical user interfaces. These are done during the design process or after release for evaluation purposes. It helps to find individual usability problems and can address user issues without the user involvement. I evaluated the usability of Hopper with the heuristic method and with the think aloud method. When I applied the 10 usability heuristics, I found a few violations. The heuristic evaluations missing from the Hopper app, which you'll see in the video and analysis, were recognition rather than recall, flexibility and efficiency of use, and helping users recognize, diagnose, and recover from errors. From the first screenshot, you'll see that the user only has the options to select where from and where to fly. They're not given the option to select the dates right away, or whether they want it to be a round trip or one way, or to set any particular filters in terms of the price. This can create an issue for users as well, which we'll explore a little bit further. The default setting when searching for a flight is for one adult and for one-way travel. The Think Aloud method is a qualitative usability method that requires a representative user, a realistic task, a recorded interaction, and recommendations for usability improvements for effective testing. It involves asking the users to perform a set of tasks with the system and observe them while they think aloud. For the method, we're going to be analyzing the Android version of Hopper, version 4.56, which is available on the Google Play Store for usability. Our participant is a 32-year-old male who is interested in finding the least expensive flights and the most efficient way of booking the flight through his phone. Here is his task list. Task 0 is to download the app on the phone. Task 1 is to find a one-way flight from Charlotte, North Carolina to Newark, New Jersey for December 23rd, 2020. Task 2 is to filter the flights by layover time and to sort by price. Task 3 is to book the least expensive, non-stop only afternoon flight scheduled to depart before 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. However, the user can choose to book any flight on that particular day as long as it is before 3 p.m. and meets the other qualifications of being non-stop and least expensive. On the link below, you can watch a 5-minute video looking at the user's experience as he does the Think Aloud method. Please click the link below. The results of the study were that the user was able to easily search and select a flight for the intended date, but it took 5 tries of searching and reloading the app before the user was able to move on to the next task due to so many in-app errors and glitches of the screen defaulting back to the home screen, which caused the user to spend a lot of dead time in the app. There was also a lot of unresponsiveness of the buttons when submitting information. A couple of the buttons, such as the sort and the filter option, were both redundant because it created confusion in the user as to which button to select and how to sort the results. The user was also unable to complete his booking process because the app did not present an option to open an account with an email in order to book the flight. They only gave the option of registering with a mobile number. Due to so many unsuccessive attempts within the app, there also wasn't enough confirmation of successful transaction with the app, such as success messages or your booking was reserved or anything of that sort. General usability recommendations. There should be a pop-up or other alert to ask users to confirm whether they are searching for a one-way or round-trip flight. Several buttons within the app were not responding to the user's taps, including the Sort By drop-down menu button and the Search Flight buttons, so there should be a general redesign of the sort and filter options. Another issue was that the user is taken to a separate page after they filter the results. The option to filter the flights by the length of layover time with a slider button is effective. However, doing this on a separate page confuses the user since they're no longer able to see the full list of flights. These things also create unnecessary time spent within the app. Hopper should also reduce the number of add-on services to keep price low and users engaged. There were at least 5 different pop-ups before the user was able to get to the booking service, recommending different add-on services such as flexibility with the price change, an upgrade to first class, and things of that sort, flight insurance. Hopper should assume that their target user is looking for the least expensive flight, and they should not make so many recommendations. Finally, Hopper should offer users the option to sign up with an email as opposed to only a phone number, just to protect their privacy. Privacy analysis. The Hopper app does record some personally identifiable information of the user, such as their phone number, email address, and credit card information, which is assumed to be used for fast login and easy booking process. This is discussed a bit further in the privacy policy. The privacy policy is available through the app and online. It takes between 18 to 30 minutes to read the 2,868 words contained in the policy. It is structured with titles and is written in accessible, uncomplicated language. Compared to most privacy policies, it is mostly straightforward, but it does not include a table of contents to make it easier for the user to find what they are looking for. The last time the policy was updated, was in September 2018. The best recommendations I could make for the privacy policy, since it was fairly short and uncomplicated, is for Hopper to add a table of contents, allowing the user to skip ahead to different sections, such as with the LinkedIn model, and to provide a one-sentence summary of each paragraph to make it very clear and simple to the user what the app is using their information for and how it is distributed to third parties. It's also important for the app to clearly identify what type of protections they are offering the user, since they do store some type of PII in the app. Security analysis. Hopper has a fairly minimal security policy. There is no password required to access the app. There was no password creation policy specified anywhere in the privacy policy or on the website or within the app. There is no option for social login, and there is no multi-factor or even two-factor authentication. The app does store sensitive information such as credit card information, the holder name, the date, security code, the country, the postal code, which are all necessary to finalize reservations for travel accommodations. There were, however, no identifiable security mechanisms related to authentication and authorization within the terms of service. The only time security is mentioned is when the user agrees to maintain the security of their account by not sharing, disclosing, or making available access credentials to any authorized person. With this said, Hopper is really relying on the user to manage their own security. Security recommendations. The app currently asks users to enter their phone number in order to log in or sign up for the app. Whether a person has an account or not, they're sent a link to sign in or to create one. The app should allow users the option to log in with their email address as well and provide a backup authentication method such as the two-factor or multi-factor authentication to improve security. In the event that a user's phone were hacked and the hacker logged in to Hopper with the phone number, that hacker could still steal the user's credit card information and access information about their current and past trips if they're only provided with a link and no password is required of the app. So Hopper really should strengthen their security mechanisms and allow different methods for the user to protect their information and authenticate their account. In conclusion, the Android version of the app had several functional and usability issues compared to the iOS version of the app, which was a little bit smoother. Regardless, both the Android and iOS version expose users to risk of theft with their weak login credentials, which means that a stronger authentication is required. Hopper really should take explicit accountability for protecting private, identifiable information. It should be explicitly stated in the privacy policy whether protection is up to the user or whether Hopper will protect the user's information. I would say that if I were an app developer or as a consumer, I would say that Hopper fails on the privacy and security test and that there are many more improvements to be made. I learned a lot from this project, and I learned that it's really important to take the time to go over the terms of service and to review the privacy policy just to ensure that your information is being protected, because at the end of the day, all of these companies are looking to make a profit, and whether that is selling you a service or selling your data, it's up to the user to truly to protect themselves and their information. Thank you for your time, and thank you for an awesome semester.